Was G.I. Joe an example of too much CGI, or was it an example of just bad CGI? Because I can't think of a single example of it being unnecessarily used. It just didn't look great.
Yeah. One thing I'll give this film credit for is there was a lot of sets they were walking around in that I think nowadays would be green screen and CGI. They actually put some effort into the sets and walking around. It feels like a real 3D environment. It was nice.
At the start, I really started to hate this movie. It's just like military jargon and like, ooh, rah, and all this ridiculous stuff, right? But then like, as it went on, it got sort of campier and more silly. And I sort of began to appreciate what they did more. And by the end, I was actually really enjoying it, which I didn't think I'd say.
That Zartan guy, he's meant to be like some super like disguise person. But in this film, I mean, I know it's different at the end, but his first thing is he puts like a hat on and he walks around. That's his master disguise. He puts a hat on and starts whistling.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the CGY podcast. I'm once again joined by my good buddy Goldentin. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing alright, CGY. What's going on?
What's going on is today we're talking about G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, which you were You were just informing me before the podcast that you weren't a fan of.
I wasn't a fan of it. You know, I'll admit it straight up.
That's
my
crazy.
Rewatch, I did not even finish this.
Bro couldn't even sit through a 2-hour movie.
I couldn't sit through it because it was trash. Well, because you really liked it.
Me?
Yeah.
It's honest. Okay.
Don't lie now. Don't in front of everyone. Don't pretend like you like this movie.
At the start, I really started to hate this movie. It's just like military jargon and like, ooh, rah, and all this ridiculous stuff, right? But then like, as it went on, it got sort of campier and more silly. And I sort of began to appreciate what they did more. And by the end, I was actually really enjoying it, which I didn't think I'd say. If you showed me the first 10 minutes, I'd be like, that's shit. But I enjoyed it. I liked it by the end.
I can kind of see that. Like when like Storm Shadow came in, it's like, okay, now we've got like a ninja. Like
with his fidget spinner.
Yeah, like, this is getting silly. That's kind of cool.
Like, but yeah. when I realized like, oh, this is campy, was when Storm Shadow escapes on that little jetpack thing. Like, and I was like, oh, hang on, I'm taking this film too seriously. But the film also takes itself seriously. I'm not too sure.
It does. It's got a weird tone, this film. It's like, it doesn't really know what it wants to do.
I think what it wants to do is be Transformers, Michael Bay Transformers.
It does want to be Michael Bay Transformers, but it isn't.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, because I think in terms of cartoons, I think G.I. Joe came first, and then Transformers came like years later. But they're very, very similar. They're the same format, right? Like the two factions fighting.
I think they came out around the same time.
Maybe as a cartoon, but I swear G.I. Joe came out in the 60s.
Oh, it might have been like an old comic or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but they have the sort of the same format of like the team of heroes where each one has a code name and like a random ability they have, like Transformers do in the originals.
Yeah, it's like Overwatch. Like they got like a class, they got like an ability, a name, whatever.
A G.I. Joe hero shooter would be brilliant actually if there were more villains, which was something I was going to get to in a minute.
Well, let's talk about. Hang on, let's say.
Okay.
Let's preface what we actually even know about G.I. Joe. Obviously, we're big, massive Transformers heads, but when it comes to G.I. Joe, like, how much do you even know about it?
So my brother was really into G.I. Joe growing up, and so I sort of know stuff through him. And I've watched a few movies and a few cartoon episodes because of that. But my knowledge of G.I. Joe is quite limited. But I know enough to be able to tell you that this movie is like the most disgusting interpretation of the G.I. Joe lore ever. But I also have a defense for that. I will defend how horrendously it butchers the lore.
Right. Well, I don't know anything about G.I. Joe. I managed to avoid it. I just knew of
Managed to avoid it.
Managed to avoid it. It's just,
keep it away from me.
It was in that kind of 80s cartoon sphere.
Yeah.
Which had like... But from that sphere, I was only picked up on Transformers. I never watched, TMNT or like He-Man or anything like that. Like,
well, it's really weird because it seems like we always talked about on our Transformers podcasts how not cool Transformers is. And G.I. Joe seems to be a step below Transformers even. Like it's never broken out of whatever it is.
Well, I think Transformers is really cool. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, it never quite hit. It never quite lasted like the others did.
They always try to market G.I. Joe like they do with Transformers. So, for example, these films are obviously a mirror image of Michael Bay Transformers. And another example I have is when Transformers Prime was coming out, which is like a more mature Transformers show for like teenagers and stuff like that. There was a show, I think it's called G.I. Joe Resolute or maybe that was a movie, which was just supposed to be the mature adults version, teenager version of G.I. Joe, right? And much like with this movie compared to Transformers, it just flopped. It had one season, no one really cared, it came and went. To my recollection.
I think I vaguely remember that show. That I thought there was there like a cool kind of reimagining early 2010s G.I. Joe?
There was.
And
go on.
There was I think that was just the era for it, because there was a Thundercats show. I don't know if you saw that as well. That only lasted like a season. Came out in 2011 or so, but that was really cool. Anyway, carry on, sorry.
Is Thundercats own, so Paramount owns Transformers, G.I. Joe, blah, blah, blah. Is that the same as Thundercats then?
I got no idea.
Okay,
who owns
right.
Thundercats.
Well, this film is kind of like a really weird product of its time, because it's trying to be Michael Bay Transformers, but it's also from like the pre-fan service era. You know what I mean? Like modern films now really tries to serve the fans at all costs. Like if you watch a modern Star Wars thing, it's just references and inside jokes and all that stuff. Whereas like a 2000 thing just did not care about the original fans, and they put out whatever they wanted. And I think this film is the epitome of it, because I think it's completely disrespectful in all aspects.
Well, tell me about it. Tell me why. I don't know about anything about the law.
Well,
what does it
to
get
my
wrong?
recollection, from what I remember, people complaining about. I mean, Snake Eyes having a mouth is like horrendous, and it looks really weird. Like, what's that all about? Why has Bro got such big lips?
I don't know, but I want to kiss him. That's all I want.
Yeah, and so that's like, I reckon that again is a mirror image of Transformers, right? Because they gave Optimus Prime a mouth, which we all know you're very vocal about.
Oh,
and so
I'm not a fan of mouths, but his mouth doesn't even move. It's just a pair of lips. Stupid.
Yeah. So Snake Eyes famously doesn't speak, right? And apparently the little breathe out he does in this movie when, like, I think he kills Storm Shadow, he goes, that's like the most words he's ever said, I think. It's
wow, that's freaking cool.
That is kind of cool, actually.
He's like Black Noir. Sorry.
And I mean, the obvious butchering is like just giving everyone a backstory. Did you notice like half this film is flashbacks?
There were a lot of flashbacks, and it was kind of odd, but
every 5 minutes was like, remember this moment? But like, it wasn't like member berries. It was just flashbacks.
Yeah, it's just trying to fill in the plot, I guess, fill in the story.
Well, that's what I was going to say earlier, actually. I think G.I. Joe, I could be being horrible to G.I. Joe here, but I think the average G.I. Joe plot is very basic. Like, there's not all this interpersonal drama, not all of this interpersonal connection. For example, Cobra Commander just doesn't have a backstory, I don't think. And this movie, they really force a backstory on him. But I kind of like that, because I don't think you could make a good G.I. Joe movie with the bits they give you in the cartoon, because it's very basic stuff. It's just the Joes fight the Cobra Commander.
Oh, really? I never, like I say, I never watched it. I know there was a film. I think there was a G.I. Joe film, like the Transformers animated one.
Like in the 80s?
Yeah, but I think it got, because that Transformers kind of bombed, and so I think they just didn't put it in cinemas. I think it went straight to VHS.
Right. Did you watch the clip I sent you?
Yeah, I did. That was really cool.
That was really cool.
Movie
that's from the movie, right? So there's the scene where Cobra Commander attacks, what is it, the Statue of Liberty? And there's like really sick music in the background.
Play the clip, or a little bit.
No, I'll get censored. But
censored?
You know what I mean? I'll get demonetized. Like,
just
look it
play
up.
the clip.
Look up G.I. Joe movie intro. It's the only good bit of the whole film. The rest of the film's pretty mediocre.
Is it? Don't they like get turned into lizards or something, I think, in the film?
I don't remember. I just remember watching it as a kid. And even as a kid, you think, like, what's going on? Like, I don't remember it too well. Like.
Where's Optimus Prime?
But yeah, okay, that's me rambling about the plot. I actually want to hear why you don't like it.
I think the film, I don't know, it was just kind of corny to me. It did not hit like how Transformers hits. Wow. I think the acting in this film is really bad.
It is bad.
Do you notice that? It's like a lot of the people, I don't know, just the way they talk is so like...
What do you think about Christopher Eccleston squeezing out a Scottish accent at all costs?
His Scottish accent was good. It did slip up a few times, but I think it was good. Yeah.
I think he talks really slowly, and it's either because he's trying to make it audible to people who don't understand Scottish, like understandable, or he's just really trying to, like, it has to be NATO's fault. Like, he's really trying to squeeze that out. Like, it's also like a really specific Scottish accent, I feel like. Like, you can do a simple Scottish pretty easily, but he's going for some weird, obscure Scottish. McCullen.
He's
like Destro in the cartoon, I'm fairly certain isn't Scottish. No. He's just some guy.
He's just, silver guy.
Silverman.
I think that he's like one of the best actors in this film.
Yeah.
I think Channing Tatum. I was watching this and being like, I think I don't like Channing Tatum as like an actor.
No,
or
he's
at least
bad
when
in
he's being
this.
serious. Like, yeah, he's bad in this. But he didn't want to do this film. Apparently, I was reading.
I heard him say something like it nearly destroyed his career or something like that, and he really didn't want to come back for the sequel. But he just gets killed in like the opening of the sequel. He just gets killed off immediately, and The Rock.
He probably
takes
has
his place.
that in his contract.
I think he had to do the sequel, but it didn't say he didn't have to die. You know what I mean? So it was like kill him off now, immediately.
Who takes his place in it?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh yeah, I saw him on a poster. And I was like, when does this guy come?
And he plays Dwayne The Rock Johnson in.
Of course he does.
The sequel is arguably a much better film, but you know, if you hated this one, well, it's just more true to the lore. Like Cobra Commander is actually Cobra Commander. The problem with these G.I. Joe films is, right, from what my brother told me, there's like 5 or 6 good bad guys in G.I. Joe. There's the Baroness, Destro, Cobra Commander, Zartan, Storm Shadow, and then this guy called Firefly who's in the sequel. They're all dead now. Like, most of them are dead, and so there's no way to go after that. It's like in Transformers, where they kill off all the interesting Decepticons, and it's just like, where do we go? And that was the problem this film had. They kill off the Baroness, Destro, and Storm Shadow in this movie, and so the sequel's already playing with like not many cards. And then
and they're humans, so you can't really bring them back to life like you can like Megatron. Like, you can't understand him coming back to life as a robot, but like these guys, once they're dead, it's the same problem that like Marvel films have, where they kill off their villains. I don't know what. There's an obsession with killing villains in these films. It's like, well, just keep them. Like,
I guess you don't know. Yeah, it's true. Okay, I'm gonna have to come clean here as well and say I didn't finish the movie. But
he said it. It's come clean.
But it's not because I don't like it. It's because I ran out of time. Busy guy. But I don't remember if Cobra Commander dies or not at the end of the movie. Do you know?
He lives, and Destro becomes Destro.
Okay. Well,
we've seen this film like many years ago, I think.
I really liked this as a kid, and then when I started watching it now, I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I like this. And then it just got better. It just improved slowly, man. Like, once the military takes more of a backseat, it's more about G.I. Joe, and that general guy gets killed because he's awful. The general, he's like such a stereotypical general.
He's quite funny. I like that stereotype.
Why?
Just how like corny it is.
Yeah, exactly. And then once it starts getting more goofy, it's really fun. And sorry, where was I going with all that? Oh, all that I was to say was, in the next movie, they do bring back Storm Shadow, and I can't remember why. It's just like, oh, he's alive now. Storm Shadow's fine. I think he has like a bandage around him. It's like brilliant. Because they just need bad guys. There's no one in G.I. Joe.
Yeah. They apparently, I mean, you told me there's 6 villains.
Pretty much. There's like the occasional one who pops in and out. And I think he also has like some twins who will do his accounts or something. Cobra does. But like, they're not really bad guys, you know?
That Zartan guy, is that his name? He's meant to be like some super like disguise person.
Yeah.
But in this film, I mean, I know it's different at the end, but his first thing is he puts like a hat on and he walks around. Do you remember that? And then he stabs that woman. That's his master disguise. He puts a hat on and starts whistling. Yeah,
I don't really understand why you'd bring him along, to be honest. Like,
what does he do? Like, master of disguise. He wears a cap.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think in the cartoon he can shapeshift. I don't actually remember though. Like,
yeah, once he gets I think in this film when he gets the nanites, he does that. But like, yeah, he doesn't really do anything.
What did you think of the whole nanite thing?
That was just kind of there was this obsession at some point with like nanotechnology in films. When was the last time you heard nanotechnology? Never hear it anymore. But
yeah, that's
for a good,
true.
Like 10 years, it was like nanotech.
That's actually so true. Yeah,
which is cool, but it's not real. Like, why isn't that a real thing yet? You know,
that's it. Yeah. Well, I must admit, it was the only really cool looking bit of CGI was the robot suits and the nanotech.
Yes, the CGI in this film is awful, and maybe maybe it looked better in 2009, but like,
no, it didn't.
It's rough.
It was pretty rough, but you can tell where they put their money. They put their money into the robot suits and the
actors.
No, and the particle simulation thing. I thought it looked really sick when the Eiffel Tower got destroyed. That looked 10 out of 10.
Yeah, the rest of the movie. Yeah,
I didn't watch any of the behind the scenes, but one of them on the DVD is called like next gen special effects, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, no offense, G.I. Joe, but you don't have it. Like, I liked the destroying. So, to my knowledge, Cobra in the cartoon is like Dr. Draken in Kim Possible. You know about him? Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Random Kim Possible reference. I didn't know you'd even seen that show.
It's just, I could be wrong, but my most of my knowledge of G.I. Joe at this point is from parodies, and Cobra Khan is always depicted as being like Dr. Draken, just like erratic, insane man.
He's just
basically,
a Saturday morning cartoon goofy villain.
Exactly.
That's kind of what he is.
I think that's what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Cobra! And his typical plan is like build a weather dominator to like, dominate the weather. And so I quite liked how they modernized the evil villain plan. Like, oh, we'll destroy the Eiffel Tower with a big weapon. I thought that was a really nice way of doing something from the 60s in a modern sense. Thoughts?
Well, I just want to say, like, going back to like tropes, there was like a huge trope, and I think it's still prevalent now, of like destroying landmarks in all these action films. You ever noticed that? Like, you'd see all of like London get destroyed. You see all of Moscow getting missiled. You see Eiffel Tower always takes a beating, and the Statue of Liberty also takes a beating a lot of the time. It's
the stereotypical thing of like, what's that like world tour meme, and they just go to like America, the UK, bits of Europe, and that's the world tour done. That is every evil villain destroying the world thing, isn't it? Like, whatever famous landmarks you can think of will get destroyed. And you're right, it's the ones you listed, like a few.
Yeah, we were like a tiny island. Why do we get like the aliens landing and destroying us? Like, if you look at like the probability of that, it's incredibly low. It's more likely they'd go to like Africa or something.
Yeah, India,
like
I guess.
Or South America. Like, why would they come here and destroy the big, London Eye?
In the sequel, it's weird you mentioned London, because in the sequel, London gets obliterated by Cobra.
I'm not surprised.
It actually looks cool. Go on YouTube, anyone listening to this, and watch that. It's really quite sick. They have
Play the clip.
Like, like all of London gets toppled in like a really good destruction simulation on the computer. Like it must have taken them forever to do.
Oh, okay. Simulation. All right.
Anyway,
well, I wanted to say something about going back to the army and the military kind of porn.
Yeah, it is porn, isn't it?
Yeah, which this franchise is all about, right?
It is all about. Yeah.
It's all about that. But Transformers did it better than this film. What do you think?
I agree. Transformers, I don't know, because it was kind of like an otherworldly threat in Transformers. It was a genuine threat, whereas I never really felt intimidated by Cobra at all. Like,
no.
Like, okay, they've got some cool weapon. The good guys are going to beat them. Like, whatever. They don't have like Megatron on their side, who like kills everyone in his path. Yeah. They just sort of, because it's just normal people. I think they tried to make them all really cool, like the Neo Vipers, who aren't in the cartoon to my knowledge. Like, why do they have to be like, oh, they're super strong, they're super tough, they have completely bulletproof armor? Like, why? Like, just... Is it? I wonder if it's trying to avoid like modern terrorism parallels of the time, because like an old school bad guy from Cobra looks like a bit Taliban-y, like they wear like the face masks and things. I think they used AK-47s and stuff. So I think they tried to like, okay, we'll make it sci-fi. We'll go anything away from like modern stuff, which is fair enough.
Yeah, but in them doing that, being super sci-fi, they lost. The actual military, like in the first scene, they kind of just make the military look obsolete because they can't do anything, and then they replaced it with like sci-fi outfits and stuff like that. So it's whereas in Transformers, you've got the actual military just being the real military.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and they look a lot better, and they try their best.
Yeah, I think I said this is a Transformers podcast. Like, I just felt grateful for the military, like, which is really weird. Like, thank God they're there in case aliens do invade. But I don't feel like Cobra is going to rise up, even though it's more likely like an alien invasion. Like, I just feel like it was just a bit silly, wasn't it? But I think that's what G.I. Joe is. I think that's why we shouldn't take it too seriously, and that's why I think once you put that aside, it's a better film. I'd agree with that. Maybe I should rewatch it and just treat it like a silly movie. Finish this masterpiece. I can't do it, and we're not doing the sequel. Why? The sequel's objectively better.
See, now you've said that, that's annoyed me, because now I am actually curious. Is it all the same characters but Duke?
No, everyone's dead. So can I spoil the beginning for you?
All the good guys, all the bad guys? Yeah, go on, spoil it.
All the Joes are like into the desert somewhere or something like that, and they all get blown up except 4 of them. Like every single member of G.I. Joe. It's like, why? Like, just have G.I. Joe do a mission. But
so the characters from this film are not in the sequel? Or are they
only Duke is in the sequel, and he definitely dies. And then loads of the bad guys from this movie survive, and they're in the next movie.
Is Ripcord in the sequel?
Did you like Ripcord and his MCU quips?
I did not like Rip. He was so irritating in this film. Stupid comic relief. Oh, it's just when the comic relief in a film is not funny, it brings everything down.
Yeah, I really. What was the point of him having like a fighter pilot arc at the start? He was like, I'm going to join the Air Force. And then nothing comes of that aside from the end he flies a plane.
Well, that's it. That was the point.
Okay. Yeah, I think none of the Joes are particularly compelling. Like Duke, I assume Channing Tatum was badly directed because he talks sort of really mumbly, like I do, and sort of really low energy, like, well, I want to get my own back in these bastards too. Like, okay, I'm
because
so
he hated
passionate.
being in the film. He did not want to be in it. He doesn't like war or something. He's like was in an anti-war film a few years before this.
Oh wow! Oh
and then
really?
He was in this, contractually obligated to be in this.
Why was he contractually obligated to be in it?
Because I think with the studio he had to do like 3 pictures or something, and he did Coach Carter, this film, and something else.
I did not know that. That's very interesting. Okay. Well, then, yeah, he's not trying, which really brings it down. I just don't care about anyone G.I. Joe. I just don't care. Like, they're not compelling. They're not interesting. Like, even though the Autobots in Transformers 2007 only have, like, 4 lines of dialogue each, you care about them more for some reason. I don't know why. But G.I. Joe have all this dialogue and character development. I just don't care.
I think because they're just interesting, like, big, giant robots.
Yeah, these guys are just soldier guys, aren't they? With cool technology. Guys.
We're just hating on G.I. Joe.
No, well, I liked the film, and just, for example, you know how the French guy could look in the guy's memory? Did you get that far?
Yeah.
Okay. If he made that technology, I'd be like, oh, that's cool, the French guy made this, but just someone at G.I. Joe made that. And so it's just a bit less interesting because of that. You know what I mean?
It's like, not personal.
All this guy can do is use a computer. Well, I can do that. You know what I mean? Like, I could use technology someone else made. It's not impressive.
You can't do that.
Well, if someone made it, I could. Yeah, I don't know. What did you think of the running scene? Where they run through Paris in robot suits. Past the same landmarks, by the way. They run past... If you look in the back of that scene, I literally went to... what's the big thing? The big castle? Notre Dame? I went to Notre Dame like a few weeks ago, and in the back of that scene, Notre Dame is in every single shot. It's just Notre Dame, Notre Dame, Notre Dame, Notre Dame, because they just run down the same street over and over again.
I think a lot of the editing and kind of like the pacing in this film is just overall quite bad. And some of the action scenes, the first action scene is kind of cool. But when it's like big and out there, it's not great.
Oh, I'd say the opposite. Okay, that's really interesting because I thought the first action scene was really boring. It's just like, it's at night, you can't really see much. I don't really care about anyone. And also the Joes kind of look like Cobra. Like, I know who they are, obviously, but the person I watched it with was like, I can't tell who's who. Because everyone's wearing like black Matrix outfits.
It did take me like a second to realise, like, oh wait, these are not the villains when they first came in.
Yeah.
I mean, the filming at night is helping with the bad like ship CGI.
Yeah, how come even the ships look bad? It's really quite odd. Like, they must just run out of money. I don't want to be harsh on it. But just like the helicopters look bad.
Yeah, when they're in like the when they first go to the G.I. Joe base, there's helicopters or planes or whatever flying around. They just look terrible, man. It looks like from an old PC game.
They're like silvery ship in the desert, with the desert that has no variation in color. It's just a yellow desert with a silver ship over it and a blue sky, and it's like, damn, man. Like, it really. I feel horrible, but it felt like a pre-visualization. If you know what that is.
Yes, yeah. Before they show everyone, show the clip.
No, previs is like a digital storyboard where you just like do everything quickly. Speaking of which, one weird compliment I want to give this is, you know, the demonstration he gives at the start, like, my nuclear warheads can do blah blah blah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That was a shit Scottish impression. I apologize for that.
It was awful, but yeah.
It was awful. He's giving that presentation, and remember in the Amazing Spider-Man where he finds the lizard's presentation that's like all amazingly 3D rendered and has all these like beautiful graphics and stuff like that. The one he gave in this movie was really like quite basic. He just showed the missile hitting like 3-dimensional basic buildings. I thought like, I don't know, I really appreciated that it wasn't some big flashy demo. Thoughts?
Oh, you like that?
I thought it was cool.
I mean, this guy's meant to be like a technological genius, and he's like some Elon Musk type guy.
Yeah.
He's here with like the poor presentation, but I can see why. It's just more basic, more down to earth. And that scene actually I was kind of invested in that when he was talking. I was
it was cool.
Interesting. That got me. It was a good opening scene.
It was. I also thought it was cool how they blow up a tank. I just thought that's a cool flex. Like, 'cause a tank probably costs loads of money, and to blow it up as a weapons test is like pretty insane.
Yeah. Sorry,
go on.
I was just going to say, when I thought that this film lost me was when Channing Tatum started talking. I'm not even kidding. I was like, and that bounce from the car. That's when this film, I was like, oh.
It's just the army jargon, isn't it? Like, it just feels like someone fed an AI some army words and said, make me a script, and they just hit all the army buzzwords. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to join the Air Force. Like, okay, that's great.
Yeah, we know what that is. We all know what that is. Oh, I'm Division 12, Subsection 15.
I felt really cringed out watching it. Yeah, just like, oh my God. But then they drop all of that. I don't know. I think where did I start to enjoy it? I definitely hated it in the intro. I think I started to enjoy it when they have like the summer boot camp training at GI Joe. You know, like,
you like that?
I don't know. I felt like kind of fun. It was like, oh, it's capturing that. You know, in Harry Potter, when they start to actually get into the magic and have fun, it's like, oh, I'm enjoying this now. And it's not just him getting bullied by his stepfather or whatever. I had fun at that point, and because it was goofy, it got campy, and then they get attacked, and that's really goofy, and it was just fun after that.
No, so why didn't you finish it?
Just ran out of time. Busy guy. Coming to England, see your dumbass, and I've got to get everything ready.
We're doing it. What are we watching?
Oh yeah, we need to plan that. Let us know in the comments down below.
Let us know down below what you want us to see, and please make it a good. Can we watch like an artistic?
This was something I wanted to ask you actually, because there's two things. Number one, there was drama this week in the visual effects world.
No,
did you see it?
Tell me about it. I didn't see that.
I mean, you have a job, right? So like you don't. So do you know Christopher Waltz? He's the actor from.
Yes.
So what's he? He's in that really.
He's in a Django Unchained.
Yeah, okay.
Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards, that's the one, yeah. He basically just said on an interview that CGI is for losers, right? He says it as a joke, I think, but it upsets people in the visual effects world, and I understand why. And I think we could discuss all the meanings behind that, but I actually wanted to ask you, what do you think about CGI? Because in the years that I've known you, I think we've never actually discussed like your opinion on it. And I was like, oh, I've never asked him. So what is your thoughts on CGI?
I think we did, maybe when we first met, did the whole like, oh, CGI. What's my thoughts? I think it's great in small doses, but it can go too far. And I think it has gone too far. Where we got to the point where like the only real thing on screen sometimes is the actor. Everything else is fake. One thing I'll give this film credit for is there was a lot of sets they were walking around in that I think nowadays would be green screen and CGI. Yeah. They actually put some effort into the sets and walking around. It feels like a real 3D environment. It was nice.
That'd be really interesting to see how much of the set is digital now that you've said that. Because oftentimes sets are extended and it's just invisible. And then people go, the CGI is shit. And it's like, well, what about all the stuff you didn't notice? So that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm ignorant to it. I don't know anything about CGI like yourself. But I think it's obviously I'm going to always prefer practical effects. I think everyone does.
I think everyone does.
I've never seen someone say like, "Oh, thank God they went to CGI instead of practical." And no one's ever said that.
I can make a defense of that. To be fair,
well, you can say like, "Oh, it's cheaper," and
I just think there's
maybe
some
do
limits
more.
to it.
But yeah, like you could do more, but like at what cost? Like, does it look good or is it just?
Okay, I'll make a defense of that then, because I've got a video about the Fallout TV show coming out at some point, and an argument I make in that is they crush someone's head in the Fallout show using CGI, right? And blood and stuff goes everywhere, and it does look a bit CGI, but if you did that practically, it would just look like a rubber prop with like that fake blood stuff they use, isn't it, syrup or something like that, and it would never look as good as a CGI head getting crushed, you know, like. And I'm sure
Go on.
No, go on.
So it's how you film it and how it looks, and that's somewhere where you could enhance it with CGI, but you'd have like a fake head, do some CGI shenanigans and magic on it to make it look less fake.
Well, they actually did have a fake head, and they did do CGI magic to it, but
Good
apparently
stuff.
it was really difficult getting the CGI to blend with the practical. Like the practical was almost like dragging it down a bit. And I don't know if the end result was enhanced. You had to wait for the video, but like, I don't know if I think I'm releasing it around December for the fans.
Crushed head. Roll the clip. I want to see the crushed head.
Yeah. So, and of course, you just can't make a film like Transformers without CGI, right? I think there is usages for it, but I also think you're right that it's gone too far. It is just literally everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's in like everything.
Was G.I. Joe an example of too much CGI? Or was it an example of just bad CGI? Because I can't think of a single example of it being unnecessarily used. It just didn't look great.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I don't think it was like I say, like there was a lot of real stuff in this film, or at least it looked real. So the CGI was doing its job if it wasn't real.
And also, sorry, go on.
No, yeah, go on.
I also really appreciate that they did interesting things with the CGI. They didn't just use it for the sake of it. They blew up the Eiffel Tower. I thought it was really sick when Duke is chasing the Baroness across that glass roof and she blows the roof up and he falls through. That was like, oh, well, you couldn't really do that practically, could you? And it looks sick. The running through the street thing looks pretty good overall. And it's all they're using it to bring you something unique and interesting. And I feel that's one thing I would really criticize modern CGI for, is they just use it to bring you superhero stuff that you've seen before. You know, it's like, okay, it's not being used in novel ways, it feels like. Whereas back in the day, in the 2000s, everything was trying to do something different with it.
Yeah, everyone's trying to stand out and stuff like that. But now there's that kind of a monopoly on action films. So
what do you mean?
Like Disney pretty much makes all the action films now. Is that a stupid thing to say? I'm trying to think. Like,
I haven't watched many modern films, to be honest, but yeah, this is the reason I'm really disheartened with modern CGI, because like, I don't know, I feel like there was just innovation and there's just nothing now. It's just sort of really repetitive. I can't tell you the last time I saw a digital effect and I thought, wow, never seen that before.
Wow. Yeah, it's like everything's kind of stagnated a little bit, like technology wise. Like every phone is now just the same phone.
Yeah, that's true.
Same laptop. Gaming consoles are just same, like.
Well, it's the whole crab argument, isn't it? You know how the crab is like the most evolved creature or something like that for the sea, something like that. And all crustaceans are slowly becoming the crab. Have you heard about this?
What? I've never heard about this.
Apparently, the crab is like a super being, and like it's the most perfectly adapted for its life. And every crustacean is slowly becoming one, and that's what like everything in the world is doing. It's slowly becoming like the most optimized version of itself. Basically,
what?
Right? Like,
how is a crab the most optimized like sea creature?
I actually don't know. I don't believe. You can look it up. Apparently, walking sideways is meta.
The walking sideways meta. I eat. Yeah. I think lobsters are like more because they're immortal. I'm more on the lobster side of things.
Well, that's because you're a contrarian. You know, like everyone admits crabs are meta. Real you're out here.
No, I like a crab, but come on, real lobster heads stand up.
Lobsters look cooler than crabs. They look sick.
They're immortal. They are more threatening. Are they actually
immortal?
They're immortal, yeah.
Was in they'll live forever?
They'll live forever.
Wow. Really?
If left be, yeah.
Wow.
They're like the only creature I think that is immortal. So yeah, how can they improve anymore? They're immortal.
They can still be killed. You know what I mean? Like
they can be killed. They're not like, okay, what shall I say? They got endless life. Like, what's the correct phrase?
Yeah, I actually don't know what the correct term is for that. Sorry, I don't want to pick you up on semantics about lobsters.
The lobster crab debate. Yeah.
Anyway, what was I going with all of that?
We were saying everything's becoming the same. Everything's becoming fully optimized, and like there's no more innovation.
Yeah. Well, look, okay, I want to defend modern CGI in that regard, which is like, of course, when the technology's new and like hits it. So like, let's say the technology is pretty new in the late 90s or early 90s. It takes the whole 90s to get kind of perfected to the point where it's usable. And then you have like the 2000s where everyone's doing really unique and interesting things with it. I feel it's unfair to compare the modern times to that in terms of content, because obviously you have all the freedom to have unique ideas in the 2000s, right? And now it's much harder to be innovative. But at the same time, I think you could be if you tried.
Yeah, I don't know. But where would they go with it? Do you expect it to just look more real, or should they do more wacky things with it? Like,
I think G.I. Joe was a really cool example of like the robot suits was cool. The tracking arrow was cool. Do you know, like I don't know, it's little things, just the little things where it's like, oh, I haven't seen that in a while or since. Because I also think they don't make films like this where there is the opportunity to have fun with cool weapons. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? That speaking of that robot suits gave me like a flashback to Rise of the Beasts and the stupid Iron Man suit that he wears. I think a lot of people want Iron Man suits now, and I don't know if this film took any. It only came out a year after. It only came out a year after Iron Man, so I don't know how much it took from Iron Man.
I don't know. Like I say, I made a video about how Iron Man's HUD was like really unique for the time, and then this film has an Iron Man HUD and only came out a year later. So either they reshot one or they had it going on the whole time as well. I don't know. You know, the shot from his perspective of his face.
Yes, yeah, maybe that. But the concept of a robot suit, I think they probably were already going to do.
Yeah, I think they just had to match Transformers because there's a shot where they're like running down the street, and I think, by the way, I want to talk about that street chase. It is ridiculous. There's a shot where they're running down the street and like missiles get fired at them. It's in slow motion. They're like dodging over all the missiles and stuff. That is straight out of Transformers. Like I swear, Ironhide has a shot like that, doesn't he? Where he like transforms and he jumps over a lady and he's like missiles flying past him and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Snake Eyes flipping around the car and stuff.
That was cool, man. I don't know. I kind of like that.
It was cool. It was cool, but that was very Transformers-y, I think.
Did you enjoy the chase and that whole scene in Paris? Did you at least enjoy that?
Yeah, that was like you said, goofy. Like thinking about it, it was silly action.
Yeah, it has fun. It just has fun. You know,
fun with it. Yeah.
What was I going to say about the suits and the Paris scene? Oh yeah, but the car chase itself is just like, well, how does this one truck destroy so much stuff? Like it creates a ridiculous amount of chaos. There's cars being flipped. There's rockets firing out of it. Mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I guess that was their vehicle, but I mean, it's a military film, so obviously vehicles are going to play a big part in it.
I guess so.
That can't be too. You can't, say, "Oh, that's ripping off Transformers" because there's a car in the film.
No, that's not what it is. But I know what you're saying. Speaking of Transformers, then, okay, you know how in Transformers they actually all have silly names. I think you said this before, like how the bad guys are called stuff like Murderbot 400. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh, they're even stuff names like Ironhide or Jazz or Bumblebee. They're all kind of actually strange names, but you can give Transformers that because they're robots from another world, right?
Yes.
In this movie, everyone has like a normal name, like Duke, up until Storm Shadow's introduced. The Scottish guy's like, "I'm sending you now, Storm Shadow." That's really bad, Scottish. Yes. The person I was watching it with just like laughed at that. Because like it's ridiculous just to introduce a character called Storm Shadow. Don't you think?
I'm Storm Shadow.
Like, call him by his name. Call him Bill or whatever his name is.
Ripcord is a stupid name as well.
What?
Ripcord is like a stupid name.
Well, I assume that's like his call sign or something. Like that's like the name he's been given in the army. Like, oh hi, I'm Ripcord. But like bro's just a ninja, shows up in a full ninja outfit. He's called Storm Shadow. It's kind of laughable.
But we've already had a ninja. We've been like soft introduced to a ninja in Snake Eyes, which is also a silly name.
Also a silly name. But Snake Eyes looks sick if you take the mouth away.
With big lips, he came down, so he's okay. But when a guy comes in called Storm Shadow, who's brave enough to show his face, oh, that's silly now. We should laugh at him. I'm a Storm Shadow defender.
That was another thing actually about Storm Shadow that I wanted to bring up, which was, you know how we talked about in Transformers, that just made loads of random law choices that are now just part of the law forever from now on. You know, like I think the 13 Primes, for example, come from Bayformers. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes having a backstory together. You got to that bit, right?
Yeah.
Them having where they train together and stuff like that. I think that came from this movie because no one in G.I. Joe has such a backstory. Everyone in G.I. Joe, I think, is pretty basic. And that then is now like a prevalent part of G.I. Joe, that they always have like a backstory. And I swear there's quite a cool movie where they have like a really epic anime fight, the two of them, like, and then Snake Eyes takes his vow of silence. It is cool. But how do you feel about this when like the big movie comes along and sets the law for everything else?
It sounds like just a positive, really. If it's coming along and fleshed out these characters a bit more with a bit of an interesting backstory, why not? It makes sense. The two ninjas having a bit of a backstory, having a bit of rivalry, it just makes sense. I
could be wrong about everything.
We could be wrong. This could all just be a previously put in thing. But
I think I guess they pick and chose. I guess they chose a cool one if they did take it from the movie, because I don't think Cobra Commander's origin story made out of this film, which is good because it's rubbish. I don't like that Cobra Commander's just some ugly scientist.
Yeah.
Have you heard
He
his
was kind of
voice?
lame.
He's lame. Cobra Commander's like so kooky and fun. He's like the best bit of G.I. Joe. They make him just some dork in this.
Lackey, yeah. I don't really know the dynamic of the actual cartoon. Like, is it Destro? Is he actually the boss, or
No. So he's an arms dealer who sells to both sides, I think, in the cartoon. That's Destro's thing. And so he's like selling to Cobra and to the West. And I think he like incites conflict and stuff like that for Cobra to get involved into. You know, like
so he
he's,
just starts stuff.
he's the guy in the pub who gets a bit too pissed up and starts swinging. You know, like but Cobra Commander's sat back, you know, controlling the whole thing. And then to be honest, I don't really know what anyone else in G.I. Joe gets up to. I don't know what the Baroness is all about.
I don't think that Cobra Commander, I could be wrong, I don't think he's actually the one in charge, though.
There's a guy above him, and I always forget, but I think he's a later addition. There's there's a snake guy who's like a god or something like that. But I always forget his name. But I remember my brother telling me he's not cool. Like, you know what I mean? It's like...
Get your brother on the podcast.
I'm going to see him in like a week. I was like, we probably should have waited, because I would have like fresh G.I. Joe knowledge to instill upon you. Yeah. One cool thing in the sequel...
Sorry,
What did you say? Serpentor, yes! How do you know that?
I just looked it up.
All right. Have you seen Cobra Commander's Turkey Dinner? That was by Dr. Smooth, who made all the Transformers parodies back in the day.
Oh, probably, but I don't remember.
I think that encapsulates the whole franchise, to be honest, quite nicely. What did you think about the Scottish intro thing, where the guy gets like the mask and all that?
Yeah. Okay. What did I think of that? That was a bit random.
Yeah.
Does that come back later on? I don't know.
Well, it's just that is how he gets the mask in it, because Destro gets that mask burnt to his face later on, and then it's Destro. By the way, okay, they put all this effort into Destro in this movie. Do you know what happens into the next movie?
Let me guess. He gets killed off immediately.
Yeah, but it's like what immediately. So basically, Cobra Commander and Destro, I think, are in prison or something like that. Some like cryostasis prison, I think. And Firefly, who's like another bad guy, explosive experts guy, comes along and saves them. And Cobra Commander just goes to Destro, you're out of the gang, and kills him.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? And it's Christopher Eccleston.
I don't even think he's casted it. I think he's just in the prison cell, and Cobra Commander just like destroys his prison cell or something like that, or just leaves him there. Maybe he just fires him on the spot, basically, and then leaves him behind. It's pretty lame.
I mean, knowing what the actor's like, it wouldn't surprise me if he was like, "I'm not coming back for this film."
Yeah, we quite like him, don't we? Because he's the best Doctor Who by a long shot.
Oh, well,
come on then.
He's very good. He's a very good Doctor Who.
So Christopher Eccleston.
Who would you
say
number 9.
Is the best Doctor Who?
I will give it to David Tennant. I'm basic. I know, contrarian, and I'm supposed to be contrarian, but I actually think he's the best one.
He might be the best Doctor, but Christopher Eccleston has the best episodes.
He's got some good ones. I don't want to say he's got the best episodes. That's crazy, but he's got some very good ones.
All right. What's Christopher Eccleston's best Doctor Who episode?
Dalek.
Yeah, the one where he's locked in a basement with a Dalek. What's David Tennant's best Doctor episode? Oh, he has some good ones, actually, doesn't he?
Yeah, why are you pretending like you're a David Tennant hater? You like him. But
yeah,
I will say...
maybe I'm being a contrarian.
A lot of his best episodes are like multi-episode ones, whereas...
Yeah.
And he had like a couple seasons, whereas... Christopher Eccleston was one season and he smashed it. He absolutely smashed it. So you got to give it to him a little bit.
Okay. What do you know about the actor then to make him where he wouldn't want to play Destro? Because he also played like an ice monster in Marvel.
He was an elf. He was Malekith.
Yeah, but no one knows that he was. You know, like barely anyone knows he was Malekith.
I think.
You're like his biggest fan. How do you know Malekith's name?
I couldn't tell you a single other role that this guy's been in. I know 3 things he's done now. It was 2 yesterday, and now I've watched this film again.
He's in 28 Days Later.
Is he?
Yeah. Plays a really good guy. A good character, should I say, not a good guy. Plays a good character in that.
Is that the newest one?
No, I haven't seen the newest one. I've got taste.
Second one, okay.
First one.
I haven't seen that. The first one, okay. I actually never saw the first one.
Let's do it for next week.
No.
Yeah, what do you know about Christopher Eccleston and why wouldn't he take this role?
Well, he just didn't. He didn't like Doctor Who. He got fed up with that. He seems like the kind of guy who's just like a bit like you wouldn't, you tread lightly around him kind of thing. I feel like he wouldn't want to do this again. Like same with Channing Tatum type thing. Even though this film did well, this film did well at the box office. It wasn't like a flopper at all.
There is something kind of intimidating about him, actually, isn't there? Like
there's something there off.
The Doctor he plays is really intense, like when he wants to be. But yeah, I think he could be a good villain if he's ever given a good villain to play. Like Malekith, Destro, like none of them are good villains, really. You know what I mean?
He's good in this film, though. I think he's really good in this film.
Yeah, but it doesn't. He can't get his teeth into it, can he? You know, if you made him Gus Fring or something like that, he'd do really well. But I just tried to think of a good villain off the top of my head, all right? And they look kind of similar.
Okay.
They got little shaved heads.
Do they look similar? I guess maybe so in some ways. We've got short hair.
Yeah, that's sort of it, really. And big noses.
Yeah, I don't think Gus has got a big nose, but hey.
Maybe not.
What do I know? How do we get onto him?
I was asking if
he gets killed. So every character just gets killed in the sequel, basically.
Yeah, but it's almost for the better because it works a lot nicer. Cobra Commander's way better in the sequel, and I think he's carrying it on his shoulders. You know what I mean? Like Cobra Commander being an interesting... He has a really cool voice. Every time he talks, he seems cool. Like he's much more of an imposing presence in the sequel. He's much more of like the Megatron type character. Like, oh, that's Cobra Commander. He's cool. And I'm much more intimidated by him in the sequel.
Is he still Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
He wears the helmet the entire time, which is sick.
Whoa, no one knows what Cobra Commander looks like. That would never happen now.
Exactly. Like, well, that's the thing, right? This is what I mean when they butchered the lore. Like, I don't think I ever meant to... No one ever sees Cobra Commander. You never see his face. And yet, in this, the first thing they do is give him a face and a character arc and all this stuff. You know, he's just meant to be the bad guy. That's all he is.
Yeah. But I appreciate because nowadays they'd have him like nanotech helmet that just like he wears twice and it retracts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'd hide his face for the first half of the movie, then he'd have it out the second half, and that'd be it for the rest of the film.
I hate that, man. That's like one of my least favorite tropes. Like it ties back to the Megatron mouth thing. That's where it all began. Like, why can't we just let characters cover up their faces, man?
Yeah,
please.
I think there's an argument for it. But for the most part, it never... If it's a precedent that's been set and it's worked in a cartoon for years, then you don't need to change it. You know, like, why do you think you're better than this thing that's been around for years?
I'll be honest, I don't care about seeing an actor's face. I know they're like, oh, we're paying for this actor. Everyone wants to see the actor. We're going to have the actor's face. I don't care. I want to see the character. Whoever plays him, I want to do a good job. It doesn't even necessarily have to be some super famous guy. It doesn't really bother me at all.
I guess it depends on what they're trying to do with the character. If you're meant to relate to the character a bit, then them take... Although Darth Vader never took his mask off. Yeah, it works, doesn't it? You're right.
It works. It really does work if they just let it. Like in the new Doctor Doom, Robert Downey Jr. or whatever, he's going to wear the mask like once.
No way. He's going to have it on for one scene.
For a treat,
When they need to save money, he's going to have the mask on so they don't have to pay Robert Downey Jr. to be there. And the rest of the time, they're going to burn cash having him on screen. Going to say it, by the way, don't care that they brought him in. Don't care.
No, me neither. I'm talking like I'm going to watch that. I'm not going to see it, but I'm just saying I bet this is what's going to happen.
I have no moral fibre, so I probably will see it. But I will watch it and go, I'm disappointed. Why did I watch this? Like, I don't care.
You'll sit in the cinema with your arms crossed like, an idiot would watch this.
Okay, we can start wrapping this up soon. There was just one final thing I wanted to ask you about.
Oh, go on.
Because I posted that Transformers 2 video this week, or last week, or whenever this comes out. And I got lots and lots of comments. In the video, I call Optimus Prime a psychopath, because he is. And I got loads of comments saying, like, good video, but why do you keep calling Optimus Prime a psychopath? Why do you keep doing that? Like, what do you mean? Like, people haven't really formulated an argument or an answer. And so if you did comment that, I'd love to hear your comments down, like, why, in the comments below. But what do you think about that? Why are people not thinking he's a psychopath?
I think they'll conflate the movie Optimus with the Optimus that they know in their head as this nice kind of older father figure, leader type. They'll just put every Optimus they know into one in their head. So it's like, well, no, he's not a psychopath. But if you just take the movie character, which is the one you're talking about, you're not talking about Optimus in general. You're talking about the movie guy. And if they rewatch some of the scenes, he's crazy.
In
There's no
isolation.
need to kill people the way he kills them. There's no need for that.
Yeah, in isolation, most of his scenes are him killing people brutally. You're right. Yeah, there's like a few scenes where he dresses down a human and then he kills people. That's like 99% of Optimus's scenes.
If you saw someone kill someone, let's say that they kill like someone who deserves it, like someone wronged them horribly, and they kill him. There's two different scenarios. One, he shoots him dead, and that's kind of like, okay, one shot, kill him quick, did it. The other one is he gets two hooks into the guy's head, rips it in half. He suddenly now doesn't look so great himself, you know.
Well,
doesn't matter if the guy deserved it.
It takes a lot to kill a Transformer, so maybe Optimus Prime's just doing what he has to do.
He's got to rip the head off with two hooks. He's got to crush their heart.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think one person said, like, there's only a few people that explained it. One was he's at war and like he's got all this trauma and PTSD, so maybe that's why he fights like that. I'm like, I don't believe that. I feel like you're just making up reasons for him to brutally murder people.
Yeah, I mean, he's a robot.
Yeah. I guess they have feelings.
They do have feelings. We don't know their psyche. He's been at war for millions of years.
Yeah.
We can't get into that headspace. But ultimately, I think people are just taking it like too much like you mean the actual Optimus Prime rather than movie one.
Maybe that's fair. Well, no, but in the video, I compare him to typical Optimus Prime. I say, like, unlike normal Optimus Prime, this one's insane. But maybe you're right. Maybe it's just like in their head, you see it all as one image.
Well, some people, the movie Optimus is their Optimus. You know, they're the one. That's the one they watched and they grew up with. So of course they're going to want to defend him.
That is true. Yeah, I guess if you don't have the comparison, then you're going to not see him as that bad. I think because we know like what Optimus Prime should be. Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough then. Okay, G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. How would you give it out of 10? From the half you watched.
I mean, I'm going to have to give this film a 3.
Wow.
Or a 2.9, like, because I didn't even finish it. I may as well give it a 0, to be honest, because I didn't finish it.
If you come back and finish it, I want you to let me know. Maybe on a future podcast, you can say.
You can torture
I finished G.I. Joe.
Force me to watch it, yeah.
No, only if you want to. But if you do finish it, I want to hear if you come back with new answers. You're giving this a 0.
No, I'll give it, from what I saw, 2.9. How about you?
I really had fun with it, man. Like, 7?
7?
It was fun. It was enjoyable.
You gave something else a 7.
I think I gave Spider-Man 3 a 7.
You gave Spider-Man 3. Do you think this is the same league as Spider-Man 3? You're crazy.
Yeah, it's fun, mate. It's not bad.
You're mental, but fair enough, that's you.
It has a 5 on IMDb, and I think that's way too harsh. Obviously, you don't, but like, I think 5 is low. If we had to negotiate, I guess I'd go down to 6, but I'm happy with 7.
All right, no, you keep your score. You have what you want, mate.
And my final question to you, which is what I wanted to make this whole video about this one topic, and I threw it out of the window. Would you say this film has aged well from a modern perspective?
It's a time capsule, a little bit. I feel like there was a time where all films were like this, but now we don't get it too much. But I'm thinking of that Paris scene, and then I'm thinking of there's the new Fantastic Four film, which I haven't seen. But there's a scene where they're like running around in a town or in a city. Sorry, it's kind of like, how much have we moved on? It's maybe things are the same. But has it aged well?
This is well directed. It looks good. The action's engaging. It's cool.
I want to say no.
You don't think it's aged well?
No. How about you?
I think if a film came out nowadays that had like modern visual effects and this much level of fun, I'd really enjoy it.
Nice.
I just thought of 2 G.I. Joe things I want to mention. Sorry, we will end this podcast. Do you remember that they made a Snake Eyes movie like 5 years ago? Even aware of that? I just remembered it just now.
I only knew that because of the little bit of reading I did on this film.
Crazy, right? Like, just no one cares about G.I. Joe, I feel like. Like, did that film do well? I haven't seen it, and I kind of like G.I. Joe.
I don't think so. I don't know.
And there was another G.I. Joe thing, but I already forgot it. Let me think for a minute. No, it's gone. Right, let's wrap this podcast up. Well, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Please let me know your thoughts and comments below, and we will see you next time, hopefully in the flesh.
Whoa, thanks guys. See ya.
Bye.